Welcome back to part 3 on how we can create an outdoor billboard, advertising billboard. Now we had created this column and created the base plate here and created this 400 millimeter height column that will be offering a connection between this member running horizontally to this particular column. Now, what we want to do in the part 3 here, we want to create a connection here and also placing members on top on top of these horizontal circular hollow section that will be holding the advertising steel frame that will be holding again the canvas that contains will be communicating to the people around the site where this particular billboard will be installed. Now, the connection between this and this will be flanged connection. So to get that particular tool here, I'm going just to type base plate. We want to use the base plate, the same tool to connect these two. So I'll double click in here. So if I click there, I'll be able to get the tools. So I had previously customized the connection between the two. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going just to click on that drop down arrow and I'll be able to click on flange and click load flange 1. This is my connection that I had customized before. So I'm going to select on that. And select on that spot and I have that in place. So it's kind of big and if this is not what we wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to undo that. And let me just go ahead and undo, and I'm going to click load. So once I'm click load and click modify and come back again and click on that, then click on that member and I'll select on that spot. So you can see I have that in place. So to display the settings that I had previously created, I'm going to double click on this member. So the moment I double click here, you can see the settings I had used. So I'm going to click on these on these all tabs so that all the settings that I had created will be displayed, and you can apply the same on a particular structure if you intend to create a similar thing in future, or you want to apply on a particular project of your choice. Let me just select on that. You can see the settings here. If I go out there, you can see all the settings that I had created there. And this whole, if you leave the circular hole section or the steel up to this, up to the interior here, it will be a total wastage. So I had widened that to 640 so that we don't waste steel here. So you can pick the setting there. If I come to general there, I didn't pick, I left it on the default. If I come to bolts here, you can see the bolts I had picked, and anchor rod I didn't apply. The anchor rod I just left it on default settings. So extra plates, everything on default. So the key settings are here: picture, parts, parameters, and bolts here. Those are the key settings that you need to apply. So I'll just go ahead and click apply and give it an OK. So I have applied the top end, and I want also to create for the bottom end here. So if I come here, you'll be able to see that. And the other thing, another question we'll ask, because we have the bolts already here, and if we create the same, we have 2 bolts attaching to this. So I'll show you how we can customize that. So what I'm going to do, I'll come back again and invoke that particular macro. So I'll select on this member. I'll select on this member, then snap on that particular center. Remember, the process is this way. Select on this, select the part you want to create. You want to create a connection on, I'll select this member. So if I want to center this connection somewhere here, so I'll make sure, if you see this snapping, snap symbol, just click right there. So the connection or the flange will be created. So if I press Ctrl R and pick my point of rotation and left click and hold, you can be able to see I have my connection in place and can see that it's nicely created. So if you take a closer look, you can see these ticks, this blue ticks, these are symbols of weld. So if you need, you can just hide them by double clicking on empty screen here and coming to display. if you come to display, you can be able to come here under bolts. You can hide bolts. If you come to weld, you can hide welds here. You can see the bolts and welds here. You can hide everything if you don't want to see them there. So I'll come here and close that and click OK and come there. So the thing I was trying to show you, you can see we had created the flange on top here and created the flange on top here. So all these had bolts. So the bolts have been created and have clashed here. So I'll show you how we can customize that on the next presentation on part 4. So let me just press Ctrl R and I'll be able to turn that by left clicking and holding on my mouse, so you can see that. So let's meet then on how we can customize this further, or customizing or creating bolts that will be connecting the two. As it is now, there's a total clash of the bolts, the bolts for this, the bottom flange, and the bolts for the top flange. So let me just right click and click interrupt, and let's meet then on the next presentation, where I'll be showing you how we can remove these default bolts and put our own bolts in place. So let's meet then. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Maurice Dimba, and let's meet then. Bye bye.